students. Welcome to our classes. In last classes we had discussed India climate, various terms related to that. What are the various factors affecting climate of a place, and why does India has a monsoon type of climate? Now in today's class we will be discussing different seasons and their features. So let's begin. Seasons. Seasons means a particular type of weather conditions present in a place for 3 to 4 months. According to the geographical conditions, India has got 4 seasons: the cold weather season or winter, the hot weather season, summer, the advancing monsoon, or which we generally call as rainy season, and the retreating monsoon or the transition period. So let's discuss them in detail. The cold weather season or winter. Duration November to March. Range of temperature 10 to 15 degrees in northern part of India and 23 to 27 degrees in southern India. Means southern India does not have any severe winters because it is situated near the water bodies. Coldest months are December and January. Now other features of this season: clear sky, low temperature, low humidity. The temperature decreases from south to north. It means northern part of India has severe winters, and because of that the temperature is also decreasing, leading to the high pressure, and because of this the winds blow from land to sea or north to south side. Dew and fog is common in the early part of the morning. Frost is also there. The days are cool and nights are very cold. Western disturbances, they cause snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir and rainfall in northern part of India. The winter rainfall is called as Mawat. It is good for rabi crops. Only Tamil Nadu receives rainfall during the winter season. So these are the common weather conditions of the winter season. Now hot weather season or summer. The duration is mid-March to June. Range of temperature 30 to 40 degrees. Even some of the areas 50 degrees like Thar Desert. Hottest months are May and June. Now let's see the features. Clear sky, very high temperature, low humidity. Temperature increases from south to north. Days are very sunny and bright, and this high temperature condition leads to the getting land heated and low pressure conditions, and this low pressure condition especially created in the northern Gangetic plain start attracting the winds from the southern side, also called as monsoon winds. Dust storms are very common in the evening time because the days are very hot, and that creates a low pressure area. Just to fill up that area, the cold winds from the surrounding areas start coming, leading to the dust storms. It also leads to the local thunderstorms like Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal, which causes huge loss of life and property. Loo or very hot dry winds are also common in north and western part of India, because of which many of the people lose their lives. And then some more speciality are there: mango showers and cherry showers in South India, which are helpful in the crops of mango and coffee. So this way we had seen the various features of summer season. Now the higher the temperature, the lower the air pressure, and because of that only a very good monsoon, or we can say the good monsoon winds will be getting attracted towards the northern part of India. So that only leads to the season cycle. Now the advancing monsoon season. The duration is June to mid-September, features high heat and high humidity. This humidity can go up to 90 to 100% also. Cloudy sky, moderate to very heavy rainfall in many parts of India. Rainfall decreases from east to western side. Then winds blow from south to north. It means from sea to land, which are full of moisture. There are two types of monsoon winds, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch causes rainfall from the southwestern part of India, stopped by the Western Ghats, causes very heavy rainfall, and then after crossing Western Ghat, from that start moving towards the northern side. Same way, the Bay of Bengal branch enters into India from eastern side, gets stopped by the hills of Assam and Meghalaya, causes very heavy rainfall into this, and then later on, because of Himalayas, get deflected towards the western side of India. And in this part, now the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch both will be meeting, causing very good rainfall in maximum parts of India. So this way, the advancing monsoon, the wet spells are very common. It means continuous rainfall for few days, and because of this many of the areas can face flood type of conditions also. Now slowly that only leads to the later on completion of that low pressure area which was created in the northern part. Now the retreating monsoon, or which we can also say the transition period. Duration is September-October. It means you must have also observed, like nowadays we can see that advancing monsoon is going on, but slowly this monsoon start decreasing, or you can say the rainfall start decreasing. The low pressure area which was created in the northern fertile plain or Gangetic plain, it start converting to the high pressure area, and that low pressure area starts shifting towards the southeastern side of India, or you can say Bay of Bengal region, creating a cyclonic depression into that part. Now the retreating monsoon, the sky is mostly clear or very few clouds are there. Dry spells are longer. It means for few days continuation rainfall takes place, and this rainfall keeps on decreasing. Then the low pressure belt which has shifted towards the Bay of Bengal side, it causes very heavy rainfall as well as huge loss of life and property into coastal areas like Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu regions. And the speciality of retreating monsoon is October heat. Means because the days have started becoming very hot and the humidity is present, it leads to a suffocating type of climatic conditions called as the October heat. And slowly when the monsoon winds have started going back or returning back from north to southern side, then by the time they completely goes back by November, the winter season slowly start setting up into the northern part of India. Now the uneven monsoon, or you can say the unpredictable monsoon. Indian monsoon is very unevenly distributed or unpredictable, because some of the years we receive very good monsoon, some of the years it is very less, causing even the drought condition. Some of the time it is overactive, leading to the floods in many parts of our country. So it is very unpredictable. While the distribution of rainfall is also very uneven. Some of the areas they receive rainfall more than 1200 centimeters. Like you can say the Meghalaya, Cherrapunji and Mawsynram areas, which are also called as the wettest places in the whole world, while some of the areas like the desert part, Thar Desert and the Leh Ladakh region receive less than 10 centimeter of rainfall. So this rainfall is very unevenly distributed. It also is affected by in which part of the region the place is situated. Like if a place is situated on the windward side of the mountain, it receives very good rainfall, like for example Mumbai, which is on the windward side of the Western Ghat, gets very good rainfall, while the leeward side or rain shadow region, which is you can say the Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, which receives very less rainfall or even you can say drought type of conditions also. So this way the amount of rainfall is also decided by the location of the place also. And this rainfall is also decreasing from east to western side of India. As towards the western side, the amount of water bodies is very less, so the monsoon winds do not get moisture content and it keeps on decreasing and decreasing. That's why as soon as they reach towards the westernmost part or desert region, the rainfall is less than 10 centimeter. So this way we can say the monsoon, which is so important for our country, is completely unevenly distributed and unpredictable in nature. Now the monsoon as a unifying bond. What is the meaning of this? It means a monsoon, which is a common weather phenomena in India, is uniting the whole country through various things. Like the first and the foremost thing is the monsoon only leads to the cropping pattern of India. Like Kharif, Rabi, they both are completely dependent on monsoon. Kharif means beginning of the monsoon season, Rabi means winter crops. Same way, most of the Indian rivers and the water bodies, they receive rainfall or they receive water by the monsoon only, as maximum of our rivers are seasonal in nature. Monsoon also starts the seasonal cycle of our country because it only leads to the difference in the temperature and the wind directions, leading to different weather phenomena. Many of the Indian festivals are also connected with the monsoon season. For example, Onam, Pongal, Raksha Bandhan, Janmashtami, Navratre, etc. It also helps in the development of rich variety of flora and fauna of our country. Monsoon also decides the cropping pattern, living conditions, social culture, even eating habits, type of houses, type of dressing pattern of different areas of that people. And in the last we can say monsoon is also used as a theme by many of the movie makers, the writers, the poets, and even for the painters. So this way monsoon acts as a unifying bond, uniting the whole country through different variations. Even our farmers, they completely depend on our monsoon. So this is the end of our chapter. So in this chapter we had discussed the various weather phenomena, their features, their climatic differences, what leads to these changes and everything. And if you will be observing in your surroundings, easily you can observe these differences in the weather conditions, climatic changes, etc. I hope you all must have understood this chapter. So till the next class, see you.